So the topic of our group is the data breach in 2016, one of the largest and most damaging data leaks in Philippine history. Next. So first, let's kung what is Comelec. So what exactly is Comelec? This was not just a simple hack. It was a full-scale cybercrime that harmed both a critical government institution and the Philippine society as a whole. Attackers illegally breached the Commission on Election or the COMELEC systems and stole the entire voter database. This includes the personal information of about 55 million Filipino voters, plus highly sensitive records such as passport details and biometric data of around 229,000 individuals. So, once data like this is leaked, it's almost impossible to recover. So, victims face a lifelong risk of identity theft, financial fraud, and serious privacy violation. Next. So, next naman is the cybercrime against organization and society. So, this attack clearly targeted both the organization and society. It started when the group Anonymous Philippine defaced the official COMELEC website. This defacement was not just vandalism. It exposed how weak COMELEC's internal defenses were. Taking advantage of that vulnerability, the group LulzSec Pilipinas penetrated deeper into the internal system and successfully extracted the entire voter database of approximately 55 million records. So, the most critical failure here, yung sensitive internal data was not properly segregated from publicly accessible system. This single design flaw turned a website defacement into one of the biggest data breach in the country's history. Next. So, next naman is the modus operandi or attack steps. So, first yung website defacement by the Anonymous Philippines. They expose weak external defenses and deliver the political message. So, deep system is intrusion by Rusek Pilipinas. They move from the public website into the core system. So, next is the extraction of the entire voter database, roughly 55 million records. Public release of the stolen data online. So, yung naging result is the compromised data become permanently available on the internet for anyone to use to misuse identity theft, fraud, blackmail, etc.
So the next one is the system weaknesses exploited. So here in slide 5, we look at how the attackers actually managed to break in. The breach wasn't just a single error, they exploited multiple system weaknesses, such as outdated software and a lack of encryption. Because of these poor configurations, it was relatively easy for them to access sensitive data once they were inside. To stay under the radar, they used aliases, VPNs, and proxies to hide their identities, making it extremely difficult for authorities to track them down after the data was leaked. Then next, man versus technology analysis. So let's dive into our slide 6. It's important to clarify that This incident was a purely technical attack. This wasn't a case of social engineering or human manipulation. Instead, it, it relied entirely on hacking, system intrusion, and database extraction. To put it simply, the root cause here wasn't human error, but rather weak system security and poor infrastructure design.
So next, the Philippine Legal Framework or ito yung mga government agencies na nag-handle ng case. So the first one is the Department of Justice, Office of Cybercrime. Sila yung nag-lead ng legal process. Their role is to evaluate the evidence gathered and file criminal charges against the hackers. In-ensure din nila that the case is strong enough to stand in court. The second one is the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group. Hinahandle naman nila yung technical and investigation. They analyze how the attackers were able to access the Comelec system. Take for example, they trace IP address, examine system logs, and identify what vulnerabilities were exploited. This step is very important because digital evidence must be properly handled for it to be accepted in court. The next one is the National Privacy Commission. Fino-focus nila yung protection of personal data. They investigate whether Comelec followed proper data protection standard. If they find that Comelec was negligent, such as failing to secure sensitive information, they can impose penalties. Then the last one is Department of Information and Communications Technology. Fino-focus naman nila yung prevention or yung after ng incident. They improve policies, enforce cybersecurity standards, and help strengthen government system to avoid similar attacks in the future. Then meron din tayong applicable laws. The first one is the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Um, Ginagamit to para ma-punish yung mga hackers. It covers crimes like illegal access, data interference, and system interference. So in the Comelec case, the hackers violated this by breaking the law into the system and stealing voter data. Then the next one is the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Um, it used to hold Comelec accountable. This law requires organizations to protect personal data using proper security measures. Since Comelec failed to secure the database, especially by not encrypting sensitive information, they can also be held liable. So, pinapakita lang nito na even if an organization is a victim of hacking, it can still be punished if it failed to protect the data properly. Because the breach involved millions of voters and highly sensitive biometric data, the penalties can include both imprisonment and heavy fines. So next. Yeah. So let's move on to the mitigation strategies. The first one is multi-factor authentication or MFA. This adds another step when logging in, such as one-time password or biometric verification. Even if hackers steal a password, they still cannot access the system without the second factor. The second one is data encryption, which is actually the most critical failure in the Comelec case. Encryption converts readable data into coded information. If Comelec had encrypted the voter database, the stolen data would have been unreadable and useless to the attackers. Instead, the data was stored in plain text, making it easy to access. The third one is regular system updates and audits are essential. Outdated systems often have known vulnerabilities that hackers can exploit. In this case, the attackers took advantage of weak and outdated configuration. The fourth one is strong access controls. It limits who can access sensitive data. Take for example, not all employees should have access to the full voter database. This reduces the damage even if the system compromised. And lastly, intrusion detection systems act like it acts like security guards that monitors network activity in real time. If suspicious behavior is detected, the system can alert administrators or block the attack immediately. So next slide. So to conclude, the Comelec case provides several important lessons not only for the government but also for private organizations. First, the risk is extremely serious. When cybersecurity is weak, millions of people's personal data can be exposed. And once data is leaked online, it cannot be fully recovered or removed. The second one is the impact is long term. The exposed information, including personal and biometric data, can be used for identity theft, fraud, and scams even years after the breach. Unlike passwords, biometric data cannot be changed, which makes the situation more dangerous. The third one is there is clear responsibility for organizations to protect data. This includes implementing strong security systems, regularly updating software, and continuously monitoring networks. These are not just recommendations, they are required under the law. And finally, the goal is to ensure the safety of the sensitive information, especially voter data, and to prevent future large-scale breaches. So, so that concludes our report about the Comelec data breach. Thank you.